Hey, what's up, guys? So now we're going to go over Module 3. So Module 3 is by far the biggest bang for your buck. You're going to spend a lot of time, days, months, maybe years on this module, right? This is Module 3. This is the behavioral calibration grids. This is insane. It's crazy. This is the busiest one, bang for your buck. My favorite module is actually the fifth module, which is the SWOT. We'll get into that later. I'm really big into leadership development. But I have a soft spot for manufacturing and lean manufacturing. I'm a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. So I love lean manufacturing. I practice lean manufacturing in everything that I do. And the SWOT analysis, I put a cool spin on it that you're going to check it out. So that's really cool. But this is the big bang for your buck. You're going to spend a lot of time here. You're going to spend a lot of deep thinking, critical thinking, deep research in module 2, the deep research module. But this is where you're going to spend a lot of time because it has so many tools. So the first thing is the behavioral calibration grids. When you click on the behavioral calibration grid, there's a drop down, goes into 6 different tools. Each one is special for its own reason, right? So the behavior calibration grid, it's the tool. It goes the same thing: speed, power, fielding, hitting for average, arm strength, all from the 5 tool employee framework. But this dissects it in a form of calibrate how each tool looks at high expression versus under pressure. This is your diagnostic baseline. So you're trying to find out, right, how behavior really looks under pressure. If someone is an existing leader or a new leader or they want to become a leader, how do they act under pressure? That is the biggest thing here. How do they act? What's the tension? What's the high expression, right? What's good about it? Are they accountable? Are they decisive? Are they preventative? Are they disciplined? Are they reliable? Are they resilient? Are they authentic or connective? What are they? How does it look like? How do they perform under pressure when it's good? How do they perform under pressure when it's bad? Right? Is it reactive? Is it ego driven, controlling, rigid, all that stuff? And then the tension, how they fight each other. In speed, it's motion versus processing, right? It's motion with how fast can you do it versus processing. Power is drive versus humility. Are you driven? Are you literally trumping everybody that you're working with? Or can you be more humble about it? Show some more humility about the way you're working with people. Understanding that tension, understanding when you actually have to show drive and when you have to take a step back and let someone else drive the bus. Then there's fielding, systems, flexibility. I'm going to go into all this stuff, but I want you to read it. I want you to understand with this behavioral calibration grid, we're going after how do these leaders or future leaders act under pressure? Are they good or are they bad? When you tell someone, I think I said this in the last module as well. When you tell someone, "Oh, I work best under pressure. I deliver deadlines right when it's the nick of time." That's not good. Are you preventative? Are you disciplined? Are you reliable? Are you resistant? Are you resilient? Are you really understanding that you should have got it done probably 2, 3 days ago, but you waited to the last minute because you think that that looks cool? Or you just were so busy that you waited for the last minute and you got it done. You worked best under pressure. But then how many times does your manager or supervisor or colleague, how many times do they have to send it back to you because you did it last minute and there was a lot of errors in there? That means you need more time to fix it. So people don't really work that good under pressure. They say they do, but 9 times out of 10, when you deliver something at the deadline, there's usually a lot of errors in there, right? Usually, not all the time. There's some people out there that they can figure it out right away that fast. But yeah, that's the behavioral calibration grid. Okay. Now we're going to get into the leadership eligibility filter. Is this person ready to become a leader? Are they ready? Here we go again. 5 tool employee framework. There's fielding, arm strength, speed, power, hitting for average. Talk about behavioral signal. Are they good leaders? Do they respond with situational precision? Are they precise when nothing is clear, right? Can they get the job done when it's cloudy and when it's raining? Can they still get it done? Can they communicate clearly across hierarchy and function? All these things. That's the behavioral signal. Can they do it? Eligibility indicator. Can manage tension without emotional leakage. Yep, they can do it. They deliver signal, not noise to any audience. They demonstrate urgency with calibration. They're anchored, right? They're strict, but they're not authoritarian. They're cultural glue. Yeah, they reduce friction organically. This is so great. And like I said, I could go into all this for days, but this is what it is. I'm trying to show you navigate. As you keep clicking on each one, it's going to tell you more about each grid that I've created. Subject matter expert pitfall. That subject matter expert. How many times do we hire? How many times do we hire subject matter experts to become managers? How many times do we hire our best engineer to become our engineering manager? So instead of working on the most important products like they were before, now they oversee six different people. They've never been trained to become a manager. They've never been trained to become a leader. Now they micromanage like crazy because they know they're not getting it done. And when they micromanage their projects they're not working on, the other people's projects they're not working on, now they're only working on the people that they feel are not doing a good job. So they're micromanaging their project. And then they don't trust them anymore. And because they've never been managers before, they think that everybody does a great job. They think everybody does incredible work, but they don't. Not everybody does. I'm sorry, but not everybody does. So what happens? Then you don't want to delegate anymore because you know your team's not going to get it done, but you never showed them how to get it done. Then there's deep knowledge, right? So this shows you this subject matter expert. I'm sorry. One more thing: the best sales rep you have closing 100 deals a year. Everyone else is closing 30. Oh, they're great. Let's promote them. No, you're not going to promote them. You're not, because what if they've never been trained? What if they're not going to be a good sales manager? What if they don't want to be behind the desk 24/7? What if they don't? What if they want to travel? What if that's what they like, but they wanted a raise and they wanted more consistent income instead of relying on commission so much, so they decided to take that role. That's what I'm talking about. The problems that they come up with when they're promoted, and what is the behavioral impact. Look at the last one. Low emotional calibration, right? Very raw, very like just no emotional intelligence. They talk down you, they correct instead of connect, right? They don't let you talk, they don't let you finish because they're correcting you already. What's the impact? Erosion of trust and psychological safety drain. So important. That's what this is, a subject matter expert pitfall table. Risk sensitive execution roles. Is this leader really, really good at what they do, but for some reason they're not good at strategic decision making? So if you're noticing what I'm doing here, everything I went over, the 5-tool employee framework, the deep research, now we're getting more into actually pinpointing what exactly is going on. This is why this is such an important tool, to be supportive to your documentation, to be supportive to your decision making. This is a supportive tool. That's what it is. And it's a lens to understand what you're seeing when someone acts under pressure, or when they make risk sensitive decisions, right? How do they execute that? How are they getting it done? How do they act when it's a very sensitive subject? A very sensitive decision has to be made. How do they act? Is there a lot of money on the line? Do they pass the buck? Is there a lot of money on the line? Do they get very, very stressed out, which becomes analysis by paralysis or paralysis by analysis, where they can't make a decision because they don't want to hurt the company? They're scared, right? Look at target clarity, acting with precision, even in ambiguous or shifting conditions. We talked about that earlier. Do they do this well? When all the chips are down, do they still get up? Is that what happens? So very, very important. Then we get into the next one, which is messaging to mask misalignment. Are they liars? Are they the guys? Are they the guys or girls at the meeting saying, "Yeah, we did this. Yeah, we did that," and their whole team is just shaking their head with, holding it down, saying, "We didn't do any of that stuff." They're just saying that we did it. Right? Yeah, we're going to reach 20% sales increase next year. Okay, great. No, we didn't. Oh, yeah, you know what? We've been tracking all of our stuff, and our three main key performance indicators, we're doing incredible. We're doing great stuff with that. No, we're not. You just picked the same stuff that we've been looking at the last 5, 6 years. You picked nothing new. And we found out over the last 2, 3 years that there's more important KPIs to follow, but you're not meeting those, so you didn't put them in your presentation. So it's the messaging to mask misalignment. You are misaligned and you're just loud. You're just loud. You're just noisy to keep everybody off you. Again, this is a great thing to look at when you're doing an evaluation, or you're about to hire someone, or you're about to promote someone. Then the last one is behavior under pressure, the most important one. How do they act? Right? You have your tool intentional use under duress. This is very, very important stuff. So I'm going to get into ask about the grid. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Tell me more about this, right? I want to know more about this part. Okay, I want to know more about this, and I want to know more about the behavior under pressure grid. Boom. I'm telling you guys, this is just a very, very supportive tool. Scroll down, then you can use it. And if you don't want to follow my videos, the very first page, the home page, has a whole outline on how you're supposed to on how you're supposed to navigate through all the pages. And then boom, it gives you all this stuff, guys. So much information. Like I said, it's cached, which a lot of the info is coming from my book, which is referenced right here. But then I put AI in this as well. So the AI is embedded to answer your question as well if I can't answer it. Then at the bottom, you scroll all the way down, you can rate the employee on each tool. So this was the behavior under pressure. Let's say we're going over how they are under pressure, right? They're not that fast. They don't swing for the fence. They don't care. They do. They care about not saying the wrong thing. Yes, that one. Yeah, they don't. They care about not saying the wrong thing. Yes, one thing at a time. Boom, one thing at a time. They hitting for average. Arm strength or influence is not there because they don't sound confident, right? So then, yeah, we're gonna put this right. They are great at making sure the company is safe, but just not progressing forward. That's it. And you redid your sliders, and now you're doing the notes, create insights. And I'm jealous of you guys. You guys are gonna be learning some really cool stuff about this. Boom, there it is. Creates everything. Download PDF. Same thing. There it is. Pops up. All the results right there, guys. There it is. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Next is module 4. All right. Take care. Bye.